E for marketwizards.com, eminywizard.com. At the open on the 7th of March, 2019. Finding traders use risk capital you can afford to lose if you're playing the game. All right, this is, in my opinion, just what we had talked about. Where what we'd said, Verneman said, he likes to see the lows retested. That's a great concept. Anybody that's in 64s to 62s paid for sure. And this is morning after trend day. Here's our 15. Here's our 10. New picks, new low. Do not go crazy. I thought that the 58, 57, 75, that area would be the next supposed target. And that would therefore be our support for any buy. So now the hunter becomes the hunted. Still have that area. And I think 55.5 is another measure that showed up. So we'll take a look. This was our 10-minute chart. Look how good this is, and you got to get through that blue line. And once you do, then it's look out below again. Trail. And again, this is the March contract we're looking at. I had a 55.5. So again, I'm still thinking about that 55.5 as a key support, the next potential target. And I'm also thinking, make sure you're paid coming into this 58, 57.5. Pretty big idea, really. And we've got a pretty good rotation downside right now. Anybody that is played short locks something for sure. And then maybe we'll get one more bounce. This is a trend trade and a beauty. Right out of the gun. The general said, nope, you're not going anywhere. All right, as posted, target 58, 57.75. Make sure you are paid. And this is the predictive model that suggested, why not use our 78 area as resistance and see if we could get lucky. So now what we're going to do is we've got to rotate everything south side one box, right? So this is our support box for now, just below us. And this is our fighting box right here. And our resistance box. And right out of the gate, this is a great trade, and do not get complacent, because a lot of times this is where we get our oversold jacks from. Don't think of this as anything more than a range type trade right now. We're using this 55 to 58 support. And then we said, let's see what happens with that 68, 67 area. Good time to collect some profits. Let's take a look at NQ. And don't forget, this is the March contract. I wanted to show continuity and ideas. I believe I posted WT2 as 55.5. So using that theoretically, this is the first time now we've taken out that low on NQ. This is the March contract, and these are side-by-sides. Take a look, and we finally have taken that bad boy out, just barely. And because we have no resistance built up, we can re-auction today. You're within a point of that proposed target of 55.5. It doesn't have to stop there. We go 100 points lower, but my guess was this was our next target, 55.5 to 58. Great trade if you got it. If you trail, don't give back 10 points to make 2 more. I think we should hit bounces today, as I said earlier, until proven otherwise. But don't be stubborn. Great continuation today. Morning after trend day. One of the best trades in the book. Yep. Thank you, Huss. In the room I posted earlier, this WT2 target. All right, let's look at excuse me, some other ideas too. You do not have to trade aggressively today if you had a good day yesterday. We are going to continue to monitor that 78 as resistance. And somebody asked, I think it was Don asked yesterday, is it harder or easier during, does this stuff work in futures when we get a corrective market? And my only thought is if you know how to read the umbrella trade, it's a license to print money. You have to be able to understand you're going to get sharp bounces that come out of nowhere, seemingly. And you have to take your stops. You want to drag along losers with you. Take your stops. And then look for the next logical area that you want to do business. And you're going to make it back up and then some. Bingo, 55.5. I said today I think we'll get into the 50s, but I'm not sure we'll get into the 40s as some of you had talked. Okay, anybody that's got the 55 target to 58's great. And this 52 area, 49 obviously at the bottom of this level, but I think paid for sure by 52. And now we rotate down one more time. This is a knife. And this probably the best target that I can think of to make sure you're paid by if you have trailers. Just make sure. Who cares about another 2 or 3 points? If you want to stay short, that's up to you. But I'm just trying to use common sense here.
Candles up. That pivot break would have been a loser.
All right, T3 is 50.75. We said this was the territory, no support built up. 47 is T4 today. And I said anybody's got a trailer. Up to you, but don't give back 5 points to make 1 or 2 more. I said, I think we'll get 50s, not sure we can get 40s. We got them. I like paid for sure. 52s. And anything below here, good fortune. And you can see these are all white bars here, so there's no support built up. Clearly, the market is searching for support. And this makes perfect sense if we can get the 48 to 47 and a half. T4, 46.75. And this just close your eyes and hang on to a trailer is all you can do here. There it is right there. That's T4. Hardest thing to do is stay into a trade. If nothing's coming at you, there's no reason to come out. So if you've got a few and you peel out and lock something, then your last few, you can just ride it with something comfortable already in your pocket. You don't fade a day like today once it starts. There's been no evidence yet of a big boy pushing back, not one. Anybody that's got 46.75, that was our full target. And then whatever's left over is obviously just luck. Looking back at the spreadsheets, I'd set it a target earlier today. I did a little math when I got up early overnight. And first target I had was 51.75, 52, which is why I said make sure you're paid by 52. Those of you have my spreadsheets, if you go look on the flip-flop and look in the PM and the Globex COD columns, that's where I set that math. And you'll see the next target is actually 41.5. So let's use that 42 as got to make sure you can't think about breaking that right now. That was my expected if we got into the 40s. That 41.5, and I'm calling it 42. Would try to hold for now. There was a gap at 43.75, right? Yeah, so Brian, I see your post there. Thank you. That seemed to me that was one of our open gaps, 43.75. We've talked about that for quite a while. So let's use 42 as support. Anybody wants to buy, good luck. Not necessarily recommending a buy. I think it's going to take time to get out of Dodge. In a trend day like this, usually you're better off even if you miss a trade long side, hit one more bounce. Because typically you're going to be wrong 5 times before right once. This was a great oversold bounce, and then you can't count on this slice and dice, but if you've got a trailer and it happens, you just go for it. And that's where a good trend trader will peel something out and then just hang and say, stop me out. Get a couple of points. And there's nothing wrong with going sideline and doing nothing. My heavens. You get a hole in one. You don't need to go and swing the club on the next hole. You know, you don't. You head to the bar. Say, drinks are on me. I got insurance.